I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. Saint Francis de Sales was born on August 21st, 1567, in Torrance, France, into a noble family from Savoy. His feast day is celebrated on January 24th. He is considered one of the most influential saints for his writings. For this, he was named the patron saint of journalists and writers. Francis studied at the Jesuit school in Clermont, Paris. As a young man, he realized that living in the grace of God in the environment where he lived was not easy at all. While studying at the University of Padua in Italy, Francis de Sales proposed several things to always remain in a state of grace. He made a detailed life plan that included, first, every morning see what jobs with what people or activities he was going to do that day and plan how he was going to behave in front of them. Second, at noon, visit the Blessed Sacrament and do the particular examination of conscience, examining his dominant defect and seeing if he had acted with a virtue contrary to it. For 19 years, his particular examination would be about his bad temper, that defect so strong that it was his inclination to anger. Third, no day without a meditation, even if it were for half an hour, dedicate himself for thinking about the favors received by the Lord, the greatness of God, the truths of the Bible, or the examples of the saints. Fourth, pray the Holy Rosary every day, not stop praying any day of his life. It was a promise he always fulfilled. Fifth, in your dealing with others, be kind but moderate. During the day, think of the presence of God. Every night, before going to bed, examine his conscience, thinking about what you have done well and what you have done wrong. Ask God for forgiveness for your faults and give thanks for the good things. And then pray 3 Hail Marys before going to sleep. So Francis kept his heart protected. He graduated as a doctor of law in 1591, and in 1593 he was ordained as a priest. In 1594 he was sent to Chablais, a former region of the Duchy of Savoy, to convert the Calvinists. With his writings and preachings, he managed to convert them to Catholicism. He devoted himself to preaching and to confessions. He said, "We are like eagles when we look at the imperfections of others, and like moles when we look at our own imperfections." In 1602, he was appointed Bishop of Geneva, and 8 years later, in 1610, together with the widow Saint Juana de Chantal, he collaborated in the foundation of the Order of the Visitation of Our Lady, dedicated to people excluded due to physical problems from entering religious orders. The nuns in the order were dedicated to praying and visiting the poor and sick. Although he himself admitted that he had a hot temper, he controlled himself, and his writings reflect great sweetness. That is why he is known as the saint of kindness. He said, "You catch more flies with a drop of honey than with a pitcher of vinegar." He also said, "Money is a ladder. If you carry it on your shoulders, it crushes you. But if you put it at your feet, it lifts you up." He wrote a lot. Among his works stands out Introduction to Devout Life, Treatise of the Love of God, Defense of the Banner of the Cross. One of his most beloved writings was the one of called Our Blessed Mother Mary, in addition to numerous letters and sermons. Francis de Sales died in Lyon in 1622. His life showed with great realism that with God we always win.